What's happening? This has been day two, my friend, out here in Atlanta, Georgia, at the speaker conference today. We met some wonderful beings, wonderful souls. Hey, what's happening, Richard? Logan, what's going on, brother? Thank you for joining. Today was a really rich day. Eternal blessings. Hey, you watching the YouTube video? Which one, family? Appreciate you tuning in, man. Thank you, brother. Means a lot to hear. Yeah, I'm glad when people are tuning in, getting a message. And, I trust that you are getting a message from anything that I put out. That's my purpose, to put something out there to uplift, the consciousness, awareness of the state of the world. So we got some notes here today from the conference. And, recap. Got you. So you still watching it. Okay, cool. Yeah, that was a long one the other night. We went in. Tonight's it's probably not gonna be that long, cause I didn't take as many notes, but I did take quite a few. So we'll just go through the few that I took. And thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. So today was really cool. I got the opportunity actually to meet Jeremy Anderson. So check out Jeremy Anderson. His Instagram name is @1JeremyAnderson. And it was cool to meet the guy. He's a straight up, stand-up guy, a down-to-earth individual. And he's got a lot of knowledge and wisdom when it comes to motivational speaking and getting up there on that stage. So it's really cool to, have an audience with him real quick. He's a busy dude, so it's cool to meet somebody who has the ability to touch people's hearts in such a way that the energy exchange for him, even like monetarily, he's able to charge $30,000 a gig, just to speak for like 40 minutes. So it's pretty cool to see somebody who has engaged themselves in such a way that they become a master of their space. They say when you do what the master does, you will be paid as a master. Hey there, brother. What's going on, Tracy? Appreciate you. My chessmate, one of my chessmates. Hey, Richard, we still gotta play a game, brother. We still gotta get it in on chess. I see you. All right, so messages we had today. Study the space you are about to be in. Do more me-search than research. That was a good one. So doing more me-search than research. Of course, we can study all types of things in life. We can study this book and that book. We can do this type of research and that type of research, looking at this topic and that topic online, and always constantly looking up things, right? But he was advocating that we do more me-search than research. It's kind of like I had a Tai Chi, and it was a body-brain dojo with Tai Chi and Qigong. And this guy had some of the most amazing looking eyes ever. It looked like he was so healthy, like he had seen so much in life. Just amazing, just bright eyes. And he told me before I left that dojo, he said, Jerome, make sure that you invest in yourself, but make sure that you learn more body knowledge than brain knowledge. I never forgot that. So more body knowledge than brain knowledge. More me-search than research. Tapping in, staying tapped into yourself. I think it says in Taoism, mastering others is strength, but mastering yourself is true power. Knowing others is knowledge, but knowing yourself is true wisdom, right? So how can you convert all that research to me search? Hey, I'm happy you're here, my friend. Clara Light, love, thank you for joining. Hey David, hey Adam. So package your pain and lean into your story. You can turn pain into purpose in life. Understanding that the things that happen to you are actually happening for you, and you can utilize those things. You can be an alchemist to transmute your pain into purpose, into something that can uplift someone else's state of being and change someone else's life for the better, for the positive, even if it was a negative in your life in the instance that it happened. You do not have to remain a victim. So, speaking through you differently than anyone else. So the universe speaks through you differently than anyone else. You are such a unique individual. And people hear your voice differently than anyone else. People resonate with you differently than anyone else. And people harmonize with you differently than anyone else. Someone's gonna gel with your message. Someone's got ears to hear what you have to say, even more so than what I have to say. So never be afraid of your story, never be afraid of your own authenticity, and understand that when you speak, there's power in your words, there's power in your story, there's power in the obstacles and the adversities that you have had to go through to gain any amount of success in life. Hey there, shout out to Tuche, shout out to Jason, Ahava, what's happening? So embrace the BS. Now, what is the BS in your life? What does BS stand for, and why should we embrace it? Embracing the BS, he called it the beautiful struggle. The beautiful struggle. Understanding that the things don't happen to us, they happen for us. There's always a reason. For everything, a reason and a season, right? A cause to every effect, an effect for every cause. But embracing the BS, transmuting the beautiful struggle into something that can conjure up motivation and inspiration, not only for you, but for another individual. Hey there, Marissa Blackman, thank you for joining. Marissa is such a wonderful being. She's a motivational speaker as well. Love your light language. Vincent, what's happening? Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Hey, is that Feist? Family, what's good? All right. So adversity is confirmation. That's one of the things he said. Adversity is confirmation. What does that mean when you hear that? Confirmation. You know, when things don't go your way, sometimes that's confirmation. Oh, congratulations. It's a celebration. This is confirmation, right? Like they say, rejection is direction. It's pointing the way to go. So adversity is confirmation. Remove the word try. Eliminate this word from your vocabulary. He gave a demonstration on stage and asked a gentleman, this stocky football player, to remove a bottle of water from his hand. He held open a bottle of water and he said, "Hey, come here, son. My man, can you remove this bottle of water from my hand? But one caveat, I want you to give it your best try. I want you to try to remove this bottle." And so the young man didn't do anything. He didn't move at first. And the guy said, "Are you trying to take this bottle?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm trying." He said, "You sure you're trying?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "No, really, try to take the bottle." And the guy reached over and he grabbed the bottle. Now he said to the audience, "Now, what did he just do?" And And the audience, of course, in one accord said he took the bottle. He said, of course, he took the bottle. Now, did he try to take the bottle? Yeah, let's thought about it. No, he didn't try. He just took it. So, as Grandmaster Jedi Yoda says, do or do not.
There is no try, young Padawan.
There is no try. Words create worlds. That's a good one. So the words that you speak become the house that you live in. Words create worlds, they say. When you speak it, right, you are designing it on purpose. You are the architect. Your tools are your words. You are crafting. You are a craftsperson, a craftsman, crafting all of the things and creating everything in your world through your words. So, speak it, believe it, receive it. When you understand the power of words and the power of thought, you will never want to speak anything negative or think anything adverse to what you want in life. Understanding that if you complain, you're listening to yourself complain. And you're manifesting those things with your words. Hey, how's it going, Trevor? What's going on, Jordan? Hey there, Danielle. Thank you for joining. Yeah, Jason says the word try is a deal killer. Speak everything and anything into existence. I love that. Hey, Jess. Thank you for joining. So, when we are speaking life, we have strength. This was a good one. So, he asked the wife of a gentleman, and this man, the football player, his wife, supports him in everything he does. She's his go-getter, she's his rock, his backbone, right? She supports him. And so she came up on stage and he asked her to say out loud, my man is a brilliant speaker. He's a wonderful speaker. He is an amazing speaker, right? Because he's aspiring to be a motivational speaker. And so he said, okay, hold out your dominant hand. Hold out your dominant arm. And I think it was her right arm. She held it out. And he said, I'm just going to take my 2 fingers and try to press down in your arm. Now, don't let me press down on your arm. She said, okay. He said, say it again. Your husband, he's a brilliant speaker. She says, he's a magnificent speaker. He's a brilliant speaker. And he tried to push down on her arm, and it wouldn't go down, right? It wouldn't budge. He said, okay, just using these 2 fingers. He said, now this time, say your husband is a horrible speaker. He's a terrible speaker. He is just a terrible, just utterly horrible speaker. And she was uncomfortable saying it, but she said it. And you could see the look on her face, how embarrassed and uncomfortable she was speaking this over her boo-thang, her hubby. And so he said, okay. And he put his 2 fingers on her arm and slowly it went down. He said, try to hold it up. She couldn't hold it up. He said, try to hold it up. She couldn't hold it up. So he said, isn't it interesting? Isn't it something that when you spoke life into your husband, you had strength? But when you spoke in the opposite, you were weak. When we speak life, we have strength. When we speak the opposite, we are weak. So speak life, my friend. Here's another one I like. Don't be a public success, but a private failure. This one's from Inky Johnson. Have you ever seen or been one of those people that was a public success, but a private failure, right? And out in the open, everyone loves you. You do all these things right? You never mess up. You always succeed, but behind closed doors, you're ashamed. You feel guilty. You feel less than. You feel lack. You feel scarcity. You're depressed. Behind closed doors. Don't allow that to be you. Don't be a public success, but a private failure. You know, it's interesting. I think I heard Jim Carrey talk about this one time, about the identities we create in public. And that for so long, he pretended to be somebody he wasn't. And that only one or two things would have to happen when that identity became so strong. Either he would have to hold on to that false identity for dear life, or he would have to sacrifice it for fear of the judgment of others. Receiving the backlash from the people who looked up to this false identity that he would have to either sacrifice or hold on to at the sake of who he was. It's powerful. I think he also said, I hope that you attain all you want in life. Everything, all the riches, all the wonderful trinkets, the treasures in life, so that you can realize for yourself that none of it matters. I love that. Focus on developing relationships. There is always room for you. You just may not have seen it yet. Yeah, many people think there's just not enough room. A lot of people don't get into certain industries in life and do the things that they really want to do. For one, they haven't become clear yet. And for two, they think it's saturated. They think that the market is full already. They think everybody's doing it, right? And then for three, they're just not confident in what they really want to do, what really speaks to them and fulfills them at heart and in life. You know, it's interesting. I made this mistake. I got into YouTube around 2008, 2009. I think 2009, that was like my very first YouTube video. 2009. Over 11 years ago? And I did a few videos here and there, but I lost confidence along the way. And I stopped doing videos for some time. For a good amount of years, I just stopped doing videos. And it wasn't fulfilling for me because I wasn't truly embracing my truth. Part of me maybe thought it was too late, that all the good YouTubers were already successful and it was too late for me, or maybe I just didn't have enough confidence in myself. But do you know what? To this day, 2021, it is still not too late. There are people that have made a YouTube channel at the beginning of the year and already have thousands of subscribers because they weren't afraid to be themselves. They weren't afraid to do what they loved, and people can feel that energy. Energy doesn't know time, it doesn't know distance. Energy is instant. And you can penetrate the hearts of the individuals through your voice, through your passion, and through your purpose. Don't waste any time if you love life. Just get to it. Go do it. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? So understand that if it will be, it's up to me. It happens to me because of me. These are two affirmations that have helped me in life. If it will be, it's up to me. It happens to me because of me. One is taking accountability. If it will be, it's up to me, right? But the other is understanding that never blame anyone for anything. When you don't blame anyone any longer, you reclaim your power. It's like you're taking back, right? But the moment we blame others for our circumstances, we have relinquished our power. We have basically said, It is because of this or that person that I am where I am today. And think about it. What can you do about that? Nothing. Because the responsibility that is yours, you have placed in the hands of another. So there's always room for you, my friend. All the content you put out is working for you while you sleep. That was a big one. Everything that you do counts in life. Everything. Every action that you take, everything that you listen to, everything that you watch, everything that you read, everything that you say, it all counts. All of it. There are no small actions in an infinite universe. Just like there are no small people. Right? Self-care. You may, here we go. I like this one, was funny. You may reinvent yourself 10 times, but as long as you are happy with the reinvention. So everything changes. Change is inevitable. Growth is optional. One more time. Change is inevitable. Growth is optional. Because the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. Will you blossom and bloom in life, understanding that the seed must go through a period of darkness to penetrate through that soil to become that beautiful flower or whatever it is in life, or that huge tree, right? Change is inevitable, but growth is optional. Will you grow through what you go through? Will you roll with the tide, roll with the punches in life? Because you don't see the lives you are impacting doesn't mean they aren't there. Woo! Just because you don't see every life that you have impacted does not mean you have not impacted lives. The absence of evidence does not prove the evidence of absence. Right? Just because you don't see the sun behind the clouds doesn't mean it's not there. So just because you don't see all the lives that you have affected and impacted and influenced doesn't mean they have not been. There is somebody who is rooting for you. Right? You may not even know them. They may never reveal themselves to you, but they're watching you. And they're inspired by your journey. Do you know, it's so interesting how there have been times in my life where I have had friends that might have been jealous, might have been hateful, might have been envious, whereas I have had complete strangers that were cheering me on. Strangers that were lifting me up. Sometimes it's the ones closest to you that get you to realize who your real friends are. They say you never lose friends in life. They just show you who the real ones are. You can't have a head without a neck. This was good. This was for the couples out there, you know, the married couples and the people. But also you could transcribe this into understanding that support is wonderful, to have support. Because you can't have a head without a neck. The head sits on the neck supports the head, right? Right? You gotta have that neck for support. So ask and you shall receive. If you feel like you need support, ask. Humbling yourself, letting go of your pride. There's someone that can help. Not doing it all on your own. For, like the proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Ask. Oh, I see. So they talked about the difference between wealth, rich, and poor. Interesting. So they say that wealth means money works for you. I'm sure you've heard that if you've ever read books by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He said the rich don't work for money. That was the first chapter, I think. Oh, okay. I had a similar story, says B. Mikelski. I did the exact same things with YouTube back in 2007. Thanks for sharing. Of course, my friend. Awesome. Yeah, it's interesting, huh? The things we do. So they said wealth means money works for you. Rich means you work hard for money. Poor means you hope and pray to get by. You hope and pray you get by. Yeah. So I'm sure you've seen people who you view as rich, maybe celebrities, football players, basketball players, and they have a whole lot of money, maybe even millions of dollars. But there are actually millionaires who are still working paycheck to paycheck. Can you believe this? That, there are like millionaires who are unsatisfied. They're unsatisfied. They don't have the time freedom that they wish they did. They're still working, like 80-hour weeks, just working to sustain these millions, right? Whereas there's other people that might even have less money, but that money works for them. They don't have to work hard for it. They don't have liabilities, they have assets, and these assets are paying them. Well, the way I see poor is it's a mentality, it's a state of mind. So POOR, poor, stands for passing over opportunities repeatedly. And if we use the power of now, which is no opportunity wasted, you can never be poor, because poor is passing over opportunities repeatedly. Many don't attract the money because they don't have a use for it. That's very interesting, the way they said that. A lot of people, they wish for $1 million, but they don't even know what they would do if they got it. What would you do if you had it? Can you think of all the things you would do? And they don't know what it would even be like. So it's interesting. It's hard to fathom yourself having something when you don't even have a use for it, and you don't even know what it would feel like to have it in the first place. So when the feeling is the secret, you can tap into abundance, prosperity, opulence, all those feelings before you get the tangible things. And when you no longer are concerned about when the tangible things are going to come, the things you can see and hold and feel, they start to attract to you. Abundance is your birthright. Focus on your direct goals. Legacy. They were talking about creating legacy. Legacy is all the lives that we have touched. Speak it into existence. Here we go. If you focus on Les Brown. If you focus on the immediate, you will miss the ultimate. If you focus on the immediate, you will miss the ultimate. So there were so many times in my life where I focused on immediate gratification, right? The ramen noodles in the microwave. Do you know this? Do you know I didn't even used to, at one point in my life, this was in 2012 when I got arrested. Oh man, memories. When I got arrested, thrown in jail for a night, spent a night in jail. 2012, I was in college. Almost that entire year makes me wonder how I'm still here. For that entire year, I ate probably one of three things. That entire year. I ate pasta, which was like fettuccine alfredo or chicken parmesan. I ate ramen noodles. And I'm talking, I would pour the water till it got to the lid and I would put it in the microwave, beep, 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 put it on 3 minutes and let it sit there for 3 minutes, pop it back out and eat it from the styrofoam cup. When clearly it took me years to see on the label of the styrofoam, do not microwave, right? Because I was about the immediate. I was about the instant. And then another thing is I would eat hot wings. That was the third thing. So for a whole year in college, living in an apartment with a roommate, I ate hot wings, pasta, and ramen noodles for an entire year. I don't know how I'm still living. I give thanks to my body every day for keeping me alive in this state because I don't know how that happened. But by the grace, I'm still here. But that was the immediate. You ever seen this movie called Spy Kids with Antonio Banderas? Spy Kids. The kids put like this little pill or this capsule or some package in the microwave, and then it popped out in 2 seconds and they had a full burger. That's the way we view life, especially here in America. We want it now, right? We're not trying to wait, no, now. But isn't it so that when you slow cook it, when you put something on the stove and you put it in the pot and you slow cook it, you put the seasoning, you put the, ooh, mamma mia, doesn't the flavor get brought out? Doesn't the taste get savory? Doesn't it get finger licking good, right? It's because you took your time. It's because you weren't in a rush. You slow cooked it. You didn't just pop it in the microwave and radiate it. You appreciated. You celebrated. And when you taste, you congratulated yourself for doing a job well done. Dang, hell of a job. That's some fine cooking. So when you focus on the immediate, you will miss the ultimate. You missed it, right? The things that taste so sweet. They say bitter are the fruits of study, but sweet is its taste. Or bitter are the something of study, but sweet are its fruits. Yeah. Something like that. When we do something for longevity, it may seem bitter right now, but be sweet later. When we do something for immediate gratification, it may seem sweet right now, but bitter later. It's like the slight edge. Those returns that we're getting or not getting are very slight, very incremental, until we get to the point where we're like, oh my gosh, how did I get here? You look at your health, how did I get here? You look at your life, how did I get here? You weren't paying attention. We weren't being aware. Compound interest, like Albert Einstein once said, is the eighth wonder of the world. He who knows it earns it. He who doesn't pays it. And compound interest doesn't have to pertain to monetary gains in the stock market. It can pertain to your life, to your health, to your relationships, to your skills, right? Compound interest. When you do something often enough. So you are always going somewhere. You're always getting a result. There's a cause for every effect and an effect to every cause. What are my standards? Writing out your standards. What are your standards in life? What are your non-negotiables? What are the things that you will do and the things that you will not do? Comment down below. What is one thing in life? Comment this down. Go ahead. What is one thing in life that you would not compromise? that you will not compromise. It's a non-negotiable. Under no circumstances. You have this standard. Jordan, what is one thing you will not compromise? Tracy, what is one thing in life you will not compromise? Danielle, what is one thing? What is one thing in life? Huh, big homie? Comment down below, let us know. Check your motive. Build intention. Yeah. There is, in your heart, there is an ear. Think about it. When you take the word heart and you take off the H and the T, there is an ear. And if there is an ear that connects to your testimony. So your testimony will touch the ear of people's hearts. The deeper you go, the deeper they go. Be thankful, be grateful. And lastly, here's the last page here. System. Having a system equals saving yourself time, energy, and money. That's the acronym for system. Saving yourself time, energy, and money. All right, that's it. So that was it for today's notes from today's conference. And the conference was the Next Level Speakers Academy Conference here in Atlanta, Georgia. So we've been enjoying ourselves today. Danielle says, my truth about what I believe to be medicine. You will not compromise your truth about what you believe to be medicine. Powerful. Jordan says, I will not compromise my right and ability to breathe freely. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Well, wonderful, y'all. If you didn't get to comment in here and you're watching this on the replay, just send me a DM, a direct message. I would still love to hear one thing that you will not compromise in life. And let's get into it. Let's talk about it and why that is for you. So much love, my friend. Thank you for breathing with us in this space today. And thank you for receiving the message. Thank you for sharing your love, your light, your energy. Definitely, my friend. Ding the bell notification to be notified whenever we do these live sessions. Check out the Open Palm Podcast. The link is in the bio for you, your listening pleasure, and your daily aspiration, and your daily inspiration. My friend, be well, be blessed. Make the rest of your life the best of your life. We will take care, and we will see you again very, very soon. Much love.